This guy was a very close mate friend, and rumor at that time that we were in a relationship and all that, but I tried to explain myself to several people that I wasn't in a relationship. I kept explaining, but nobody seemed to understand. Like they just believed that I was in a relationship with this guy. And you know what? Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this video. I did it because of you, so don't go anywhere, just keep watching. Alright, so in this channel I tell stories, I tell fiction stories, true life stories, and you will also get to hear people tell their stories. As time goes on, we also talk about how to discover ourselves, how to work with ourselves better in this channel, how to love ourselves better in this channel. This channel is a school package. Everything that you need is here. Like everything that you need. Okay, let's say everything you might need is here, because stories has a lot to teach you. Stories has a lot of troubles to save you from. Like it takes you to different worlds that you've never been to, and you know, so it's a channel you should subscribe to if you've not done that. And to my returning subscribers, I love you. Thank you for always coming back to watch me tell you an interesting story. Okay, so I do this every Friday and Saturday, and I started a story already on how I got into a relationship by mistake. So it's a true life story. So without wasting much time, let's get right into it. I started the story yesterday on how I got into a relationship by mistake, and the link to the first part to the story is in the description. Do well to go there, click it, and go and watch it, so you get the full gist of all those things I'm about to tell you right now. Okay, so let me do a quick recap about what I said yesterday. I have this close male friend, and because it's a true life story, I just gave him a fictional name. I named him Kenneth for the sake of the story. And so we're really close, very close. We're so close. And at some point, rumors had it that we were in a relationship. So this happened years back, like it's been long, about close to 5 or 6 years ago. So it's very long. It's been a long time ago. So I'm supposed to say once upon a time right now, but I didn't say so. Okay, just apart. This guy was a very close mate friend, and rumor at that time that we were in a relationship and all that, but I tried to explain myself to several people that I wasn't in a relationship. I kept explaining, but nobody seemed to understand. Like they just believed that I was in a relationship with this guy. And you know what? It was a problem to me because I had already built this image that no boyfriend, and I explained all that in the first part of the story. So just go there and listen to it, so you get the full gist. But then the rumor did not stop our friendship. We're still friends. Until one day, I was with this guy's friend, and we're having a conversation, and he asked me a sincere question and told me something after that, which turned me and this my paddy, I and Kenneth, to become enemies. So this was the question he asked me. He said to me, "Praise, are you in a relationship with my friend, that's Kenneth?" And I said no, and he believed me. I think he was the only one that believed that I wasn't in a relationship. And I think that was very reason, because he said something to me after that his friend had been telling every other person that we were in a relationship. It was as if they just lose one or two. I was so angry. I was so mad. I went back to the hostel. I told my girlfriends. I was so vexed. After that, I drew a plan. And I drew a plan to embarrass him in class, which I did. But then that was unlike me. In fact, I had to come out of me to do that thing, because on a normal, I'm this lady that don't like trouble. Like this is years back. Up to now, I don't still like trouble. But that time, I don't like trouble at all. If I see trouble coming from the front, then I'll follow the back. If I see it coming from the back, I'll follow the front. If I see it coming from front, back, left, right, I might develop wings. I was like that. I don't like confronting trouble. But I've come to realize in life, troubles will always come. So sometimes you just have to just stand up and confront it, okay? So that's a change for me in the way I think right now. But then I don't like trouble at all. And the second thing I don't like is I don't like being announced for the wrong thing. Like if at all you should know me for something good, please. That's how I was and that's how I am. But because of this thing, I just made up my mind I was going to do something outside. I was going to embarrass him in class, which I did. So this was the plan. That night, it was the night, okay. We're all in class, like everybody was in class. We're in a big hall because we're preparing for exams, so everybody was in the class. So the plan was when everywhere was quiet, I was going to walk up to him and embarrass him in the way. Let me continue telling you the plan. So we're all in class. I get friends, but I didn't know what was going to happen. Everybody was seated. I was waiting for the class to be calm. At that point, where class is calm, everybody is reading. I was waiting for that time. So I was sitting down around, I think at the middle side, like maybe front or middle. But the guy was sitting at the extreme back. So I kept looking back, checking up on him to make sure he was seated. And as if he knew what was coming for him that day, he was so restless. He kept on leaving the class, coming back, leaving the class, coming back, as if he just knew what was going to come for him that night. But finally, when he was seated, I stood up and majestically, I angrily walked to the back where he was sitting. And I said to him, so this was it here. I already calculated everything that has bought for me in this life. Calculated it, took the cash, even added extra, I think. And I went to meet him. I can't really remember what I said to him, but I said a lot of things angrily. And after the whole talk, I just dropped the money on the table. You know, that kind of action. The whole class, you know, everyone's eyes was on us. And after doing that, I just went back to my seat. He couldn't say a word. Like, he couldn't say a word. And that was the goal, like, to just embarrass him. And that's what I did. That was years back. But to rethink it now, like to rethink the whole thing now, I kind of think that probably this guy wasn't lying. Like, he wasn't doing it to spite me. He wasn't saying those things at my back. He wasn't telling his friends to actually kind of spite me or pretend to be in a relationship with me. He might have actually thought that he was in a relationship with me because we were very cool. Like, I knew he liked me, okay. I knew he liked me. I also liked him, but then not to the point of wanting to be in a relationship. Not after the kind of image I've built. Just listen to the first part, so you will know the reason why it was something big. It was a big deal for me. In his own end, I think he actually felt like I was in a relationship with him. Someone I talk to morning and night. He gives me. Most times he gives his egg because I liked egg that time. So it's not as if it was a big thing. So. But that time it was a big thing, sha. So I think you actually thought I was in a relationship, but from my end I wasn't. So that's how I was in a relationship by mistake. Now see, the danger in this thing is it has a way of tarnishing your reputation. For him, it made him look like a liar, like the whole class seen him as a liar. And I'm very sure that event, that very story would have gone beyond our class that day. And then for me, I don't like trouble. I was announced for for the wrong thing that night. I don't like such. And secondly, I already built this thing, this image stuff that I won't have a boyfriend throughout my stay in school. Whoever they bet with a friend of mine that I will not. So for me, I already built that image of no boyfriend, whatever. No, the way of tarnishing your image. That's one of the biggest dangers. Another danger is heartbreak, definitely. So now these are the few tips on how to avoid such relationship, on how to avoid it. Now I will give one tip, and in this one tip there are several other tips under it, you know, like one, it has 1A, 1B, 1C. But this is the major one. For you to avoid such relationships, for you to avoid getting into a relationship that you did not plan for, number one thing is you have to be intentional about your relationships. Like, you have to be intentional about the people you are in relationship with generally. For you to avoid any kind of mistake, romantic, just be intentional. When you are in friendship with somebody, now this is one here. When you're in friendship with somebody, be focused on what brought you guys together. If it was academics, be focused on that. If it was business, if it was finances, whatever it may be, just know what brought you guys together and stick to it. That's the mistake most young people make. Don't bring emotions into it. Like, why are you bringing emotions into it? If at all you have to bring emotions into a normal friendship, then be intentional about it. Like, if you guys were good friends and you want to take that relationship to the next level, why not sit down and talk to each other and be like, okay, we are good friends, I feel like we should take this friendship to the next level. Hey, not that you are doing bestie from bestie, I love you, I love you, from I love you, I love you, becomes something else, because that what make people create mistakes. So to save your future, save your present, save, in fact, just be intentional about your relationships. Don't just fall into a relationship like that. Be intentional. So this is the most important tip for you to follow to avoid that mistake. Okay, this is the number one. Then the remaining ABC, we'll talk about it some other day, but this one is very important. Be intentional about your relationship. Okay, so that's the end of my story. All right, it's a good time to subscribe to this channel. Please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell, so each time I post a new video, you'll be the first to know about it. Like, feel free to also ask me your questions in the comment section. Tell me, have you made any kind of mistake like this before? Was this tip helpful? Just anything at all, say to me in the comment section, and give the story a thumbs up. Share with your loved ones, very important. Okay, see you next week for another interesting story. Bye.